Sanji's kitchen? Yeah, there's a reason why we have sake for cooking for today. Good reason, because we're doing bento lunches. Quote, bento. Because for some reason, I'm going to show the picture. Real quick, if I can find the picture. There you go. You think, oh, look at this wonderful display. Casey's going to be cooking all of this. You're wrong. You are oh so wrong.
Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong.
You see, apparently, the Pirate Box lunches only include 2 ingredients. You figure I'll actually be able to cook some sausage, or actually cook a devil egg. No. This is just for decoration and imagery. Pictures of full lies. No, today we're doing both a lightly breaded fried chicken and a tomato and roast spaghetti. When you hear me say tomato and roe, that's nuts. You don't know the half of it. One of the first things you will do is, for the spaghetti portion, please prepare a pot with salted water, and you can cook this at your own pleasure. I have that pre-prepared just for myself, just in case. But you're wondering what you need for each ingredient. Well, here's the thing. We're going to start with the ingredients for the chicken. So here we go. Firstly, for the chicken, you need 2 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Luckily for today, thanks to the wonderful people at Mitsuwa Marketplace, which has very ridiculously cheap chicken, we're working with already pre-cut boneless chicken thighs, so I don't even need to cut this. This has been pre-cut for me. Everything. So it saves part of the prepping cut that's needed to trim the fat ends used from chicken thighs and cut into bite-sized pieces. We already have that. That's you already skipped one step in it. But you also need, for the mix that you need to marinate this in, you will need a clove of garlic grated. You need some salt. You need sake. And I mean a teaspoon of salt, and you need a tablespoon of sake. I had Rosen pick me this because you need sake for cooking. Do not get actual alcohol for this. Please check with the nearest places that sell sake for cooking and double make sure the employees have sake for cooking. So, and then also be forewarned, it's that if you are actually pregnant, you should not be drinking sake. Because it's all alcohol. So much alcohol. And I never had sake, so I don't know how I'm going to feel. And this is going to be a marinade. But for the marinade, you also need a bit of black pepper. Also, ingredients needed, not for the mix. You will need about 4 tablespoons of flour, all-purpose, and 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil to heat it up. I don't have the pan to heat it up yet, but we will be doing that soon. Then the tomato roe. Now, here's where things get weird. Because when I look at that, I thought, oh, it's just spaghetti and maybe meat sauce. If our listeners at home that are listening to the audio version of this can feel my eye stare at the camera, you are correct when I say that this is the most weirdest thing I've seen. Like, for me personally, this is weird. I know this probably is a dish out there, but for me this is weird. Because you will need about 6.5 ounces of spaghetti. You can do whatever type of spaghetti pasta your choice. And you actually can cook it whatever the instructions are given on it. Here, you know what I thought was crazy? I thought this will actually teach me how to make pasta from scratch, because I kind of think I know how to do pasta from scratch, but no. No pasta from scratch here in Sanji's kitchen. Maybe another day. I really hope I get to do pasta by scratch because I've been itching to do that for a while. But one of the ingredients, minus the water. We don't count water as an ingredient because that's used to fill out the pot. You'll need a sheet of kombu, which is just seaweed, but that is only used for decoration on the image, so you don't even need the seaweed. which again makes no sense. But also you need salt, which of course is going to be for the pot. We already pre-fill our pot. Here is the sauce. I'm going to go backwards in this. You will need 1/3 of an ounce of butter, 3 to 4 tablespoons of a grated tomato. Yes, you heard me right. We're grating our tomato. I've never grated tomatoes. I'm so grateful I have a grater. But it's gonna get worse. Because the last ingredient is 1 strip of pollock roe. Pollock roe?
Pollock roe.
Did I say it right or wrong?
Like Kevin Pollock, the actor. And then row, like row a boat.
Pollock roe?
Yes, that's correct.
You have to put fish. You have to put fish in. So. My life. Yeah, I don't know either. And here's the kicker with the sauce. You don't even cook the sauce. So you're eating raw fish. Technically it's supposed to be fish eggs or something. I don't know. You're eating that raw fish, raw tomato, kind of melted butter, because it doesn't say that the butter needs to be melted or not. It just says butter. And so I assume you have to melt the butter. The things I do for Sanji's kitchen. The things I do for Sanji's kitchen. I had to relook at this because we got all the ingredients needed, except for the seaweed, because it's just seaweed. It's almost just seaweed. But I thought you had to put the sheet in with the spaghetti for a second. You don't. Thank freaking God. Because that stuff was hard to work with the fish soup the last time. We all remember the fish head. It haunts my nightmares sometimes. But one of the steps you can't, but we're gonna probably go random in this steps. But if you do wanna work with the pollock roe on its own, unlike Rosa who got everything separated and all that, basically, you would heat the water, kombu, and salt in a pot. Then you separate the pollock roe from the outer membrane, and then you also grate the tomato, and then you place the roe, tomato, and butter in a bowl and leave it off to the side. And then of course you do the spaghetti, and then if the sauce that you made is too thin, you can add more water, spaghetti water from the pot. So that's not bad. I call that a good thing. This is something I can literally do all last, because the first thing that's going to take a little bit longer will be the chicken. Now, like I mentioned before, one of the first steps you have to do is to trim fat and sinew from chicken thighs and make it the cut size slice. Again, we already have that pre-prepared from Mesua Marketplace. We are not sponsored from Mesua. And we would grate the garlic, but you want to know what's fun, guys? We already have our own grated garlic here. Typically it's minced garlic, but minced and grated are still the same, so we have that. And most importantly, we will be putting the mixture into a bowl. Wow, bowl. I haven't put everything into a bowl before, so. And then of course once we do all that, it's gonna be 30 minutes. So we're gonna go in this order, but here's the thing. I'm gonna be adding more seasoning, so if you wanna know what seasoning I'm gonna be adding, we will cut to that in just a moment, because again, the easiest thing that will be prepared will be the spaghetti. The longest that will be prepared will be the chicken, so we're gonna cut to the marinade now. Okay, we got most of our ingredients all over. I just need to grab the measuring spoons. The good news is that with the minced garlic, you just need 1 teaspoon. So that's gonna make it a lot easier across the board. So give me 1 second, folks. We're going to put the chicken in first. And again, folks, as always on Sanji's Kitchen, when you handle raw chicken or any raw meat, please, for the love of God, wear your gloves. Or if you're working without gloves, please make sure that you wash your hands before and wash your hands after. Trust me when I say, we don't want salmonella contaminated in our freaking kitchen. And I do mean that. We don't want salmonella contaminated in our freaking kitchen. I'm going to carefully drop these in here. Look at that. Nicely bite-sized. It's my first time actually working with the chicken from Misua, and I like how they're nicely cut. They're pretty. These are big. Honestly, this will probably be enough for Rosa and me. Now then, we are going to start this in the order that it says. So, most importantly, we're going to just move our measuring spoons. So we're going to take our garlic. Make sure I got the right one. And I'm going to drop one. Be wary of the noise. And Rosa likes garlic, so I'm going to just drop in 2. Just because he really does love garlic, so I want to add more flavor to it. Like so. Next up will be salt. You don't need a lot of salt, just need a little bit. And yes, I now have almost 4 different kinds of salt. Garlic salt, sea salt, Himalayan pink salt, and regular salt. Are you guys happy now? I mean, I hope you are. It means I have more varieties of salt to use. Yay! And we're just gonna sprinkle. So, we're gonna add a dash of onion powder to complement the garlic. There we go. We're gonna have a little bit of garlic butter into this mixture. Just a little, not too much. There we go. We're gonna add just a splash of cayenne. Not a lot, just a splash. See? Just a little splash. And then, at the Campbell style, we're going to add in our paprika. Just a dash of paprika. There we go. And then, oh, that's not close. There we go. We're about to open our sake, which is also going to be... Oh, wait. I'm thinking of another recipe that's going to be needing sake. So the good news is that this sake will be needed for a future recipe. But also, you know what I'm realizing, folks? I don't think this sake has any expiration date. Is that normal? I don't know if that's normal. But we're about to open this. I never opened sake before, so I'm excited but scared. I'm also checking to see. It doesn't say I don't need to refrigerate, but wow, that was tough. I only need 1 tablespoon. That honestly makes sense. This is sake we're talking about. Never really had a marinade in alcohol before. Woo! Wow, that is strong. Woo! Oh, why does it smell like highlighters? It smells like highlighters in here. Jeez. Alright. I'm gonna put a glove back on because we need to mix this. Oh my god, this is cold. I'm gonna mix it as best as I can. Like, I'm smelling a little bit of the highlighter smell, but it seems like the garlic is heavily masking it. So, thank God. I'm gonna saran wrap this and put this in the fridge because it needs half an hour to marinate. Yeah, it says 20 to 30 minutes. We're doing 30 because I like being even. So make sure you take your saran wrap, wrap it up nice and tight so no air gets it. And don't worry, if you miss part of the cover, you can always use another one. Okay, I had to do this off screen, but the chicken is coated in flour, and we're letting this cook 5 minutes to each side. Meanwhile, the pasta is almost done. Keyword almost done. And then I just have to do other things, but while I'm letting this cook, this is almost done. We're gonna prepare the last of the sauce. This is gonna be a tricky part because Rosen already had the membrane separated. And it says a strip of pollock roke. Okay, since Rosen technically got this pre-done, he recommends doing a couple scoops of the pollock roke. So we're gonna do that by tablespoon measures. So we're taking our chilled tomato sauce. This is basically Okay, we're gonna take this. I've never dealt with this and I don't know what it smells like, so that's gonna be fun. I hope it smells good. That tasted like, it smelled like the sea. Ew. For the audience at home, the description of this is like you dyed, you know that dye-colored sand you used to play with that would keep its shape when you take it out of water, and when you put it in, you can shape it however you want? It's that color. It is orange. It's interesting. It says a strip of pollock roke, and I don't know what. They handed it, so we're just gonna go with judgment and just one and two. It looks fully grated though. I think I'm just gonna I think they did maybe like a couple strips, so I'm just gonna do 3 because I'm guessing at this point. And this here for a second, and then I'm gonna take the butter. And I'm gonna chop each piece into bits and put it in there, and this is safe to mix it. I don't know, I realized I got tomato juice on the cookbook. Yay! So we're gonna cut each strip of butter. Just plop it into the mixture. The good news is that when we do put some pasta in it, it will be pretty, of a better term. So that's the good thing. Alright, that's the signal that we need to flip our chicken, folks. I recommend using a fork so that one side is just coated on this, and also be very, very careful. Very, extremely careful of the chicken. I believe in you, chicken. I believe in you. Come on. The chicken's still cooking. And we're not gonna put all of the spaghetti pasta in here. We're only gonna put some. We're not putting all of it. So keep that in mind, folks. I just want this to be an experience. So make sure when you're very careful, like so, make sure all the water is fully dripped, and then drop it in there. See? Super drop. And then we're just gonna do maybe a little bit more. And then I said the sauce is too thin, we can add a small amount of liquid from the spaghetti water pot. That is something you can do. It's been used in dishes such as carbonara. I like using that with the dish, so we're just gonna use a spoon. Because I feel like it's gonna be too thin, so we're just going to take some pasta water. We're gonna drizzle, 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 drizzle. Like so. I don't have another set of tongs, unless I do have another set of tongs. I don't have another set of tongs, but you know what we're going to do? Improvise. So we're gonna mix this up. Okay. This is going to be probably the most interesting dish I have done. Oh. I can't smell the fish anymore, but it is. Okay. Like, this is a dish. It's kind of matching similar to what is in the picture, so that's not bad. That's good. That's good. I probably put too much water. But that's not bad. It's not bad. Plus, if Rosen likes this and I don't, Rosen can have this part. So, yay! And then I'm double checking at the chicken. Chicken will be done in exactly 2 minutes, folks. And once you are done with the chicken, even though it's like, oh, serve it right away, I'm going to quickly put it in the oven for 400 degrees for 5 extra minutes because I don't want to be very careful to make sure it's not pink. You don't want pink chicken in this kitchen. So in the meantime, we will test this for Rez and I testing on this pasta. Ah, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot. But we're gonna start off with the tomato and roe. So, I mean, the fish is there. And it has a lot of butter.
Yes.
And everything. So.
Did it call for butter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Third ounce of butter.
Want me to go first?
Yeah. Whatever. If you like this is yours.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't ask to call for any seasoning.
It's alright.
Yeah, this is like the first out of two. We got the chicken still in the oven. I'm scared because of fish.
You could barely taste them.
Which is interesting because I grated a whole tomato and put 3 tablespoons of this stuff in. Because like, unless everything seeped to the bottom.
That may have been the case. Anything kind of, but... Really? Immediately, huh?
No. Toss it back! Toss it back in the ocean! Oh!
Regular spaghetti, huh?
Toss it back. That's the lowest. Toss it back in the ocean. I couldn't even eat it.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if you wanted to try the roe for itself, but
No.
I immediately have my answer.
What do you give this for first?
I give it like a B. It's fine.
Toss it in the ocean. Never let it be again. Who thinks of putting fish eggs in the pasta? And also,
Japan?
yeah. You know what I would like to do differently with this? Do my regular spaghetti recipe.
Yep.
Try maybe put the eggs in the tomato sauce.
I think it's a good idea.
That would have been much easier. That's what I actually wanted to plan to do. But you're like, follow the recipe, Casey.
Hang on. I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
What I said was don't cut ingredients.
I didn't cut ingredients.
Exactly. So
You know what ingredient you forgot for decor?
What?
You forgot the seaweed.
Yeah, that's a decoration. That doesn't count.
But the good news, folks, chicken is done. I will say getting the karagori from the Suwa, it made it nicely done, so I didn't need to do my cut time in half. However, I probably could have cut a couple of the more pieces myself because some of them are a little bit big.
Okay.
But otherwise, are you ready to taste test?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna be boiling lava hot.
No. That? Wow. No, that one's yours.
Okay. Finish your bite so I can have mine. That works too. Oh, that's really good.
That's so good.
That's a winner.
This tastes like restaurant quality. How do I do restaurant quality?
That sake really works.
I also added my own seasons to it. I did like the minced garlic.
Yeah.
Like.
But still, you can still taste the sake and it tastes good.
I don't even taste the sake.
I can taste it.
I can.
I can taste what I would think sake would taste like, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I don't taste it at all. This, I think, have we had an S tier yet?
Yes, we have.
Which was, well, if you had an S tier, I haven't had an S tier.
Go ahead.
So I think, I could be wrong, Isaac. If you put on screen to say that I have done an S tier, go ahead. But I think the very first time I saw Sanji's Kitchen, we actually have a permanent menu fixture that will say right on the Queen Mary?
Queen Mary's the
Not the
Baratier.
No, the what?
The Going Mary.
The Going Mary. They'll say on the. Can you tell that I'm trying to remember ship names from One Piece? So, staying on the Going Mary's ship menu permanently for an S tier, it will be the lightly breaded fried chicken. It's so light. It's not heavy. Like, this is wonderful. Here's the thing. The recipe called to marinate for 20-30 minutes. I accidentally left it on for almost an hour.
I think that worked.
But it worked a lot more better.
More marinade, the better.
know you did a pun. Leave me be.
That wasn't a pun.
Okay. I thought you said marinated.
No, I said the more marinade, the better.
I thought you said Mary.
No, but we are. But anyway.
And you're also cut off from the camera.
I think we both want to eat the damn chicken.
I know we both want to eat the damn chicken. Well, you're also cut off on the camera. That's the issue. You're too tall.
Oh no.
But no, this is S tier. I highly recommend you make this now.
I'd agree with that. It's an S, which I think I gave the last chicken recipe. I like chicken.
Yes, no, this is an S tier. Like, this is, you know what? This gets a Casey's seal of approval. I don't know if I have an image for that, but it gets my freaking seal of approval. And I want to make that a thing. Can we make that thing?
If you design it, yeah.
I'm too busy for that.
I'll ask Becky.
If not, it's okay. You could probably just put the Sanji image of me and then just put seal of approval.
Well, I have a really good idea, but we'll see it. Anyway.
But at the very end, thank you guys so much for joining us on Sanji's Kitchen. Get in the frame, you.
And next time, me more of it.
Next time we're gonna do a steak dish, and yes, more sake will be involved.
Meat.
But in the meantime, you guys want to try some chicken?